Should you buy Tesla's full self-driving outright? No, 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 no. So you're thinking of buying the Tesla full self-driving package outright, meaning you're going to purchase it all at once. You're not going to do the subscription. You want to purchase the entire thing. Now, there are two options when purchasing. Either you do it at the time of purchase when you buy your car, or you can do it afterwards. But really, you probably should want to do it when you're buying the car, because then it rolls into the car payment and you're paying it for over the life of the car. As opposed to if you buy it outright, that's on your credit card. You have to pay all that much. So you have to basically have that cash on hand. So much smarter if you're going to do it when you purchase your car. Now, should you do it? The answer to that is no. Do not purchase FSD outright, at least right now. Because right now, the price is $99 a month. That's both Canada and US. Canada is actually getting a better deal. Shocking, I know, because that usually never happens. But so let's go in the States. So in the States, it is $12,000 to purchase FSD. So a bit of an update. I was shooting this video on April 19th. And with anything Tesla, when you're talking about prices, you're tempting fate. And as it was, I tempted fate. And the next day, they slashed the prices. So FSD is now $8,000 in the US and $11,000 in Canada to buy outright. Now, the question remains, should you buy FSD outright? The answer is probably still no, because when Tesla first introduced the subscription, it was a ballpark about 4.5 years for you to pay off the subscription versus outright. Right now, it was a lot worse, like I said before, but now it's at 6.7 in the US and 9.25 in Canada. So in the US, it's a little more tolerable, I would say, but it's still it's on the max side of when people would own a car, I would say. Most people would own a car around that 4 or 5 year mark. So if you're going to keep your car around 6 years, then yes, maybe it's worth it. I'm not going to release this video for a few more days, so I hope there's no more updates. But if this is the price, then, take my advice. So they could lower the price altogether. They just dropped the price of the subscription down to 50%. So if they did that to the price, you're probably looking about 6,000 to 8,000. And in my opinion, that's probably the right spot for FSD and what's worth and what you're getting and what people are most likely willing to pay. I find it hard to believe that either people are willing to spend $12,000 or $16,000 for that software, but some people are doing it. But if you lower that price, you are going to piss a whole lot of people off, especially just considering now when you reduce the price of the subscription, people who just paid for the full software are kind of pissed because they could have got it for only $99 a month, which is a much better deal. So anyways, there are some scenarios where, potentially down the road, it could be, I would say yes, but right now, no. So let's get into those scenarios in just a second. Before I do though, please take a second and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. You get better content, better, all kinds of better stuff. Yeah, so subscribe. The only time I would recommend buying Tesla FSD outright is if this one situation occurs, and that is a big if. If Tesla announces that they will do the FSD transfer and keep it permanent. Basically, you buy FSD, and if you want to buy a new car, upgrade to a new car, you can take it to that new car, and that is attached to you for life. And that's what it should be. Like if I'm buying like a license on my computer or a software on my computer, which essentially this is what it is. If I'm buying that license and I buy a new computer, I don't lose that software. I just take the CD. Yes, I'm old. And put it on my new computer. That's the way it should work. So if they do that, and it better be in writing, because we know how Tesla changes their mind often. They've done the FSD transfer 3 times now. I've got this car on the first one, and the third one ended abruptly. So I don't know what their plans are. It makes sense for them to do that because basically you are getting a lifetime customer. Basically every car this person's going to get, it will be a Tesla. So they're making money off new cars as opposed to people who just aren't going to buy FSD. So here we are with another update. Now, recently at the shareholders meeting, one of the questions that was asked was, will you make FSD transfer permanent? And the answer was unequivocally no. However, you should take that with a grain of salt because of the wording of the question, which was make it a permanent option. Now, yeah, maybe I don't think Tesla wants to make it permanent, but I think they'll keep it in their back pocket when they need deliveries or an end of quarter push, because it does help with sales and specifically at certain times. So if they're one quarter, they're predicting low sales, then they're going to throw that out and people are going to upgrade their cars. So other than the actual cost effectiveness between subscribing to FSD and purchasing it, in terms of how long you're going to use your car, there are a few different factors to consider. One of those is probably one of the biggest factors and one of the main proponents for owners wanting to have that FSD transfer is what happens in the event of a crash. So let's say you buy your car and you purchase FSD on it and you drive off the Tesla lot and get smoked by a bus, you just lost FSD. Now, insurance may or may not cover you in that situation, especially if you bought FSD after the fact through the app and you upgraded. The insurance company will most likely view that as a car upgrade, and they won't cover you. And they might not even cover you if it's on your bill of sale. So when you originally purchased the car, so that's definitely one of the factors that you should consider. It's definitely a risk. So another thing to consider, but is definitely out there, is with robotaxi. Tesla just unveiled or did a preview of their ride-hailing app, which is similar to Uber. And right now, people can subscribe for $99 a month and have FSD supervised in their car while they pick up fares as an Uber driver. And I don't think that's going to change. I think once Tesla has their own system out, that you can do that. However, where I think it could become change, at least, is when there's a full-fledged robotaxi network. If you want to put your car out as a robotaxi, essentially what you're doing is you're putting your car out and going to make thousands of dollars, if not, and having only to pay $99 a month, that's basically profiting off Tesla software. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're probably going to do either a licensing option for commercial purposes, or maybe you have to purchase FSD at that time. So like I said, that's an issue far down the road. We are nowhere near robotaxi and shouldn't be a consideration when you are purchasing or subscribing for FSD, but definitely something to think about. So I don't think anyone's going to be buying FSD anytime soon. At least I hope not. But if you let me know your thoughts in the comments, drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on FSD. Do you think it's going to be subscription only? Do you think robotaxi is going to play into this whole thing? Let me know. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. You get better content. Everyone wins. So do that. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss videos, which I release about every week or so. Anyways, and thanks for watching, and drive safe. In the meantime, drive safe and drive electric. All right, welcome back. So all right, welcome back. I hope you subscribe. All right, so I showed that I would recommend buying the FSD outright is in one situation, and that's the only time I would recommend buying Teslas. So I don't think anyone's going to be buying Teslas. So they could lower the price altogether, but so they could lower the price altogether. So they could lower the price altogether. They just dropped the price of the subscription